With Dr. Mary Trump's new book about her uncle, Too Much and Never Enough, becoming a national bestseller, it has once again put the attention on Donald Trump's psyche, the way his brain works, what he thinks, what he feels, and why he is the way he is. Because after all, Dr. Mary Trump is in fact a clinical psychologist, and her book explains the many, many things that are wrong with Donald Trump. But even before we had Dr. Mary Trump, we had Dr. Bandy Lee. Dr. Bandy Lee, the Yale psychiatrist who put together the book, served as the editor, got other mental health professionals to add to it, The Dangerous Case of Donald J. Trump. And this week, she actually spoke to another mental health professional, a woman by the name of Dr. Ellen Koshik, who happens to be a pioneer in the field of feminist psychology. She also contributed to The Dangerous Case of Donald J. Trump. And according to the discussion that Dr. Lee had with Dr. Koshik, Dr. Koshik explains that Donald Trump is inadequate or feels that he is inadequate and that he fears powerful women because of that inadequacy. And she explains it in a very, simple way. I mean, I'm boiling it down a little bit, but this is one of the analogies she makes. She says, compare the way he is treated people like Angela Merkel, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, the way he talks about AOC or other members of the squad, always denigrating them, always attacking them. Maxine Waters is another great example. He goes after these women who, whether you agree with them politically or not, plenty of these women I don't agree with politically, by the way, but they're powerful. They've risen to positions of power. They are respected. They have authority. They walk into a room and they command the room, most of them. And that terrifies Donald Trump. But most importantly, what terrifies him is that he cannot bully them. And so Dr. Koshik says, contrast that with the other women that he surrounds himself with. Kellyanne Conway. He's never horrible to Kellyanne. At least not that we see. Dr. Deborah Birx. He can control her. So he likes her. He's not intimidated by her. She feeds his feelings of inadequacy by making him feel adequate, like he is in charge. Betsy DeVos, same story. Now, that's just one of the things, that Dr. Koshik explained in this interview. But one of the things that got me, not just that he's inadequate and afraid of powerful women, we know that. She explained it, though, a little bit better, is the fact that why is he the way he is with Ivanka? And again, Dr. Koshik has an explanation for that. In his eyes, Ivanka is merely an extension of his own glorious self, and he is entitled to her every service. There is not only an increased likelihood of abuse, but this is the paradigm for toxic masculinity, which includes a cultural entitlement to abuse women consciously and unconsciously. The underlying belief is, if I want it and am gratified by it, then so is she because my feelings are hers. Words like these are the most common defense of abusers. Now, for the record, before I continue, there is no evidence, there is no accusation that Trump has ever abused Ivanka, but the relationship between the two is similar. It's just lacking the actual sexual or physical abuse part. She continues, Donald is clearly an abuser, as evidenced by his comments and treatment of women in public, his bragging about what he can do to them because he is famous. So yeah, Trump does have a history of predation, a history of being an abuser. We have not, again, as I got to make this absolutely clear, there is no evidence or no accusations at all to say that he has abused Ivanka sexually, physically, whatever. But the dynamic of that relationship still exists in that way. This was a fascinating interview. It's always interesting to get this glimpse inside of Donald Trump's head. It's sick and it's twisted, but these are the kinds of things that the public needs to be more aware of. We need to understand who our leaders truly are, and there is no better way to do that than to look inside their heads. These psychologists, these psychiatrists, the other mental health professionals, they're able to do that in a way that obviously without training, the rest of us cannot. We need to take their warnings very seriously because they have been telling us from very early on in this administration what this man is and what he is capable of. And we ignored them, public in general, at our own peril because a lot of things they predicted have already come to pass. And if we continue to ignore them, probably going to see more of that happening in the very near future.